Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Antares Shipyard live stream. Tonight we've got episode 7 of the Captain's Table. Um, we're going to be covering the animated series in this episode, the faction pack that came out back in 2019, based on the namesake, the animated series show um, that came out after the original series was canceled. Um, Lots of good cards in this pack, believe it or not. So if you are somebody who hasn't gotten the pack yet or are on the fence about it, hopefully this kind of review will change your mind. We'll see. I do have our two guest hosts with us. David is unfortunately not available to be with us today, but we've got James Sonis filling the shoes, um, and then we also have Craig. So let me bring them in. All right, gentlemen. Like I said, we've got James Sonis here filling in for David. How are you doing, James?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to talk about some hand-drawn cards.
Some animated series stuff. And then from the Fremont Reformation League, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, season 2 champion. We've got,
Making it work.
yeah, we've got Craig. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Eager to discuss some D7 delights. I
Yes.
know we have those in store.
Oh, absolutely. Um, all right. And then if anybody's got any questions about any of the cards, or you find a combo that we haven't pulled out, let me know in the chat, and we'll definitely talk about it. So please be. Uh, oh man, I lost my train of thought.
Let us know you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have chat up in front of me so I can bring out any cards we need.
Oh, perfect. There we go. All right, so we've got. Oh, straighten this out. Let's hide this. Okay. So before we start, um, Craig, let's start with you with this question. What did you think of this pack overall?
Overall, I was very impressed with a few key pieces, but the entire pack is a very mixed bag. It's
Hmm.
kind of the new power level in that all the effects are trying to do something that's already been done before, but easier and cheaper.
Yeah,
Which also meant that nothing really blew me away other than things like Spock with the attack cancel.
yeah, right. James, what did you think of this pack overall before we get into the cards here?
Well, when I got it, I was very disappointed, and I don't know exactly why. I just didn't really like anything that was in it, and then I just, grew accustomed to it, slowly liking it, stuff like that.
Okay, okay, yeah, I think that's fair. I think Craig hit it for me as well. As these packs have a lot of good cards, and that's generally a good thing to see, especially with the old trend of the packs have cards. Some of them are good, or some of them are bad, and then maybe there's one or two good ones. So
Right, you
um,
had your
Yeah.
old gems and just all the chaff they got packed with.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Filler.
Yeah,
Precisely. This feels like it's only 30% filler as opposed to 90% filler like it used to be.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree.
All right, so let's get into the first card here. And these cards are not numerical order. We went ahead and made the call right before the stream start to randomize them. So, first card we are starting with, get this out of here, is Captain Laris. He's a 7 skill captain with an elite talent slot and Romulan faction, 4 points. Combat phase, if the ship performed a sensor echo action this game round, place a battle station token beside the ship, and the ship rolls +1 attack die this game round. Alright, so super ability, love it from the start. James, go ahead and start with this one.
Okay, so, an immediate combo that you see, just grab it out of the stack. Where's search? There's search. Uh, the immediate combo you think of is another card in this pack. I don't know, should I bring that one out or should I save it? I think I'll save it and I'll bring out the other combo.
Okay, sounds good.
So the combo that I thought of was something that Christopher thought of first,
Oh,
using Chang and Fleet Commander.
Mr. Peters, yes, Crazy Vulcan.
which lets you do your activation phase, echo, and it's for free.
Yep.
And you can still do another sensor echo if you want. So it gets you your battle station and your attack die.
Yeah.
It's just a pretty nice combo that's playable. I don't know exactly how Chris went. I didn't watch too many of his games, but it seems like a pretty fun combo, if not hyper competitive.
Yeah, I think I think he likes to put Chang on the Vorn, which is a dang good ship.
Yeah.
Pair that with Fleet Commander is a fairly strong combo, especially if you're playing in the meta where the resources are allowed, or some resources are, some aren't.
Yeah.
But yeah, strong card for Lars, I think. Did you have any other combos you wanted to bring out?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
All right, Craig, you're up then.
As far as Lars is concerned, I don't really think of him as one of those combo captains because it's very difficult to consistently set up sensor echoes.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he's just a kind of quality captain for the Romulans. Gives you the ability to actually get battle stations on your ships. And there's plenty of free ways to squeeze an extra sensor echo into something. He works great with the Admiral Liviana Chervonic,
Yep.
who can cloak you and then immediately perform that sensor echo. So even if you started after firing from last turn, you're able to play around with an extra battle station and attack die. And as you saw, I brought out those
Mm-hmm.
half disruptor emitters that the Romulans are so famous for, giving you the ability to throw 4 attack dice with the battle stations if you're trying to squeeze out of their arc and put yourself somewhere that would normally not be in combat.
Yeah.
You can still engage with this 360 weapon with some quality and some bonuses.
Plus, you can shoot all the way out at range 3 with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Gives
Yeah.
you the ability to kind of avoid direct combat, which is exactly what the Romulans are about. Kind of sneak over there and still do horrible, dirty things to your opponent. So it's very thematic.
Yeah. James, can you grab out Liviana? I know she's one of the ones I threw in the stack.
Yes, I will check for Liviana.
I think that is
There we
a notable inclusion here. Craig hinted on it, but Liviana, she gives you that free cloak. She gives you a free cloak as a fleet action, and then you can do an action off your action bar, which can be the sensor echo immediately right after.
Generally speaking, if you've got that sensor or that cloak action, you've got a sensor echo to go with it, and that means Lars is going to be giving you bonuses out the wazoo.
Yep. So I think she's a strong pairing with Lars, especially if you're faction pure type player. I mean Romulan, but I think she works with him regardless of anything. She's one of the admirals that I would pair with him.
If you're running,
Liviana is a quite good admiral. I love her spot.
Yeah.
Resources. This swaps over to just about any faction you want because the officer exchange program will take care of the faction penalty on both Liviana and Lars, giving you a discount.
True.
Yeah.
That is
So it
true.
takes it down from 7 down to 5, which is pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, Lars is a great captain. I think the Romulans needed something like him, especially get the battle station token onto their ship. But let's go ahead and get the next card out here. Yeah. So the next card in the list is a unique crew, 3 points Federation faction. It's Christine Chapel. Planning phase. Disable this card or place 3 time tokens on this card and target a crew upgrade equipped to this ship. Remove 1 disabled token or all time tokens from the target crew upgrade. Okay, Craig, you're up.
Does it have to be me? Christine Chapel is impressive in that this kind of effect would have been for an action if it was an old card. As it is, it allows you to kind of start your turn with refreshing some things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still 3 points just to 1 time, or possibly more with time tokens, move a single disabled token or mess with some time tokens. Other than specifically removing like 7 or 8 time tokens, if there's some sort of cheeky combination that's got extra time tokens going down, I
Yeah.
can't see a place where I really want to spend 3 points for that whole effect. The only
Okay.
place that really strikes me is she might use Ezreed Axe to knock it down to 2 time tokens at the start of every turn.
Yeah.
Just to like get to use her ability more often, but she seems like one of those filler cards for me.
Okay. James, what do you think about this card?
Yeah, I mean, if like someone has Tyranidas or something and just piles on time tokens to your
Yep.
crew, then maybe. But I mean, like, this just seems like a very dirty card from WizKids, given that I assume they knew at that point. I don't know how far back they playtest stuff, but I assume
Yeah.
they knew that the new I assume they knew that Ezri and Bashir were coming out, and Bashir is basically just better than Chapel. Except
Yeah.
for like those 1 or 2 edge cases that will never happen, but if your fleet makes them happen, then you run Chapel.
Yeah. Is Tiro in that list in the card stack?
Yes, Tiro is.
Yeah, because I think you mentioned it, but I think
Yeah.
she's more of a defense card in
Ah.
my that's what I feel about her. She's a
Tiro,
defense
there
card
we go.
against Tiro. But yeah, knowing that Bashir exists, Ezri exists, makes Chapel not high on the list. But I think
Yeah.
if you're playing in a meta where people are messing with you by piling time tokens onto you and doing things like that,
Oof.
Yeah.
then I think Christine Chapel is the defense against Tiro.
Yeah.
More some other effect.
The only card that I can think of that goes with Chapel would be this Miles, so it kind of like takes the disable token from the tech or weapon and then puts it on Chapel instead. So it's like a bridge between a tech and a weapon and Chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to pay 3 points for the privilege.
But if you're doing O'Brien, then just again run Bashir, never run Chapel.
Right, unless you're putting Bashir somewhere else in your fleet.
Yes, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean Chapel is a fair filler, although she disables herself, but
or time tokens. Yeah, I'd say the Tiro Odo combo is really where Chapel shines.
Just because she can remove all the time tokens in exchange for only taking 3.
Which is not what Bashir says. Bashir is 2. So
yeah.